All right, guys, welcome in today. I've got a fun show today. What we're going to do is I'm going to be looking back at a PSA submission from 2011, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see, first off, what kind of cards was I submitting back in 2011. I'm kind of known to have been all over the place. So it should be interesting to see not only what kind of cards I submitted, what kind of grades did I get, yeah, and how have the values changed since back in 2011? I'm sure should be quite different. So we will get into that. But first, let's hear from our first sponsor of the day. Howdy, hobby heroes. Are you drowning in empty wax boxes? Do you stare at them thinking, I paid $65 for this cardboard? Surely it has more to give. Well, now it does. Because at Wax Cap Outfitters, we transform your empty sports card boxes into high fashion headwear that tells the world, I collect cardboard and I'm not afraid to show it. Each item begins with a guided link so you can explore the chaos even further. The Blaster Bucket Hat, perfect for casual wear, fishing trips, and confusing strangers at Target. The Hobby Box Hard Hat, OSHA approved? No. Emotionally supportive? Absolutely. The Mega Box Cowboy Hat, for collectors who want to yee-haw their way through a card show. The Retail Crown, because you deserve to feel like royalty while sorting base cards. The Wax Helmet Deluxe, offers protection from disappointment when your box has no hits. Why choose Wax Cap Outfitters? Our hats are lightweight, stylish, and made from 100% recycled hobby regret. Plus, each hat comes with a built-in storage compartment so you can carry top loaders, penny sleeves, a single card you're irrationally proud of, and your dignity, optional, rarely included. So if you're ready to turn your empty wax boxes into wearable masterpieces, join Wax Cap Outfitters, the only company bold enough to say, don't throw away your boxes, wear them. Our second sponsor. Hey, hobby fam, listen. I don't usually talk about this, but I just want you all to know I really don't make that much money doing this. Like, barely anything, practically nothing, basically negative dollars. So if you could just hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with at least 100 of your closest friends, that would mean the world to me. And if you're wondering how I learned to deliver that perfectly guilt-soaked line, it's all in my new book, The Influencer's Guide to Strategic Sadness, Deluxe Manipulation Edition. The only book that teaches sports card influencers how to weaponize disappointment, monetize misfortune, and emotionally speedrun their way to sympathy. Here's some of the things you'll learn inside. The I don't make much money reminder. How to repeat it 14 times per video without sounding repetitive. The fractional company apology script for when that startup you promoted gets all its assets seized. Hey, the owner seemed nice and he paid really well. The consigner catastrophe defense. Learn how to victim shame your audience when the consigner you vouch for disappears with their cards again. He promised me this wouldn't happen. Why are you mad at me? The sympathy-driven call to action. Turn every tragedy into a plea for likes, shares, and algorithmic validation. The I trusted him emotional monologue. Perfect for live streams where you need to look betrayed, but still relatable. Here's some bonus chapters. How to cry without actually crying. How to blame your audience for your own bad decisions. How to turn a bent corner into a 3-part documentary. How to apologize without admitting fault. How to look devastated while checking your affiliate revenue. So if you're ready to elevate your influencer game from mildly dramatic to professionally tragic, pick up the Influencer's Guide to Strategic Sadness, Deluxe Manipulation Edition. Because in the hobby, it's not about the cards you pull, it's about the sympathy you extract. All right, guys. So let's get into this PSA submission. from 2011. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So as you can see, this order, this is crazy. Like I don't even know if these are accurate or not now that I look at this. It says this order arrived May 4th, 2011. They started prepping it on May 7th, 2011. Back then, they didn't have all this stuff, the research ID. They didn't have like the little pizza tracker thing, but it says it was completed on May 13th, 2011. So from the time they received it to the time it was done, 9 days. Man, uh, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but if it is, man, I miss those days for sure. So let's look at some of the items we submitted here. It looks like the first thing, and this was 13 card order, it looks like. A 1993 Finest, Ken Griffey Jr. This is the base card, got a mint 9. Back then, I would say, man, I don't know. Was that even like a $20, $25 card back then? I don't know. It looks like today, PSA estimates it at $275, card ladder at $295. Pretty wild. Next up, we've got a 97 Topps Chrome Tim Duncan. Got a mint 9. $78 on the estimate. $95 if you want the card ladder. 96 Metal Kobe Bryant got the mint 9. PSA estimate $253. Man, I wonder what a 10 of that's going for these days. If the 9's $253, must be like $1,000 or more. 96 Bowman's Best Kobe Bryant got the mint 9. PSA estimate at $225. Card ladder $186. This is kind of like, and you'll notice back then too, they obviously didn't provide you with pictures of your cards, so that's like a new added feature, and I guess that's maybe why it takes them 6 to 7 months now instead of like 9 days like it did back then. 96 Bowman's Best Kobe Bryant, another one of those, another 9. This is a fun one. 03 Bowman Chrome Hanley Ramirez autograph. Do you guys remember Hanley Ramirez? He was kind of a big deal back in that time frame. Oh, it's a big one. 94 Finest Griffey Jr. Refractor. Got the mint 9, which I think a mint 9 back then, probably a couple $100, but it looks like now the PSA estimate, $2,915. Card ladder, roughly the same. Yeah, I don't think I probably got $2,900 for it back then. Oof. Here's one. 96 Topps Kobe Bryant got the Gem Mint 10. These, I don't know, $100 back then, 2011, if that, maybe not even that much. But a 10 now, almost $2,400. Fun stuff. Oh my Lord. I do remember submitting this card, and I can tell you with great certainty that it was nowhere near this much back then. So we're looking at a 98 Topps Chrome Kobe Bryant Refractor. Got the PSA 10. Still a pop 13 to this day. The PSA estimate $12,730. The card ladder value even more, $15,812. I think that card back in 2011, when I sold that card, I would say maybe $300. I don't. That's a tough one right there. Just to show that I'm completely all over the place. Now we've got a 1998 Kenner starting lineup, Brett Favre. Got the PSA 10. The current estimate on it's $56. That's probably about what it was back then. So not a lot of movement on the starting lineup, Brett Favre. I've noticed that recently, like that's become more of a thing, but as you can see, I was submitting some of those starting lineup cards like way back in 2011. It's still only a pop 10 today. That's wild. Oh, no. Oh, no. The 99 starting lineup, Brett Favre, got a near mint 7. Doesn't even PSA estimate, it's like not available. More, it should just say no value. NV, no value. It's a pop too, so there was some other idiot that submitted a PSA 7 of the starting lineup, Brett Favre. So congrats to whoever else submitted one of these gems. Oh, this is fun. So this is back when I was working on the 1933 George C. Miller set. So here's a 33 George C. Miller, Jimmy Fox. This one got a PSA 1. I did eventually, I remember I upgraded this card later on. I ended up buying a 5. It was a 4 or a 5. This was one of the first cards that I got for that set back then, and it was a beater, but if you know on these cards, they're tough to track down. That one's a pop 4 with only 22 higher, so looks like only 26 of those puppies have been graded still to this day. Looks like we got another George C. Miller, the old Leon Goose Goslin. That was a fun one, a 1.5. No PSA estimates on these. They just probably don't sell frequently enough. There's a fun one. I had 2 of these. I remember I bought them from the same guy, the George C. Miller Jimmy Dykes. Both of them got 3s. And I think like maybe so these 2 were both 3s, but I thought that one of them looked better than the other. So I do remember cracking one of them out and submitting it in person at a national, maybe in 2011, maybe 2012, one of those 2 years, and it got a 3.5. I thought I should have got a 4, but whatever. You take what you can. So that is the end of that order. That's a fun order. I mean, we've got everything from George C. Miller's from 1933, Kenner starting lineup cards. Wow, some crazy refractors here with the Griffey and the Kobe, and then some Kobe base rookies. Wow, that was fun. All right, let me stop sharing my screen here. So was that as painful for you guys as it was for me? Because especially that Kobe refractor, that hurts, man. I didn't realize that one had. I knew it obviously had gone up a lot, but good Lord. I mean, even his rookie refractor wasn't selling for anything close to that back then. I'll tell you what, guys, I would like to hear from you guys in the comments. What are some of the cards that you remember submitting yourself to PSA back in the day? And do you have any like crazy stories about, kind of like what I had with this Kobe here? That's nuts, man. That's going to bother me for the rest of the day. The only thing that I can think of right now that would possibly make me feel better is an ad read. So let's hear from a sponsor. Card Show Musk, the cologne of the hobby elite. For the man who wants to smell like he just spent 6 hours digging through dollar boxes next to a guy named Big Randy. Have you ever walked into your house after a card show and your wife gazes into your eyes with a smile and says, you smell amazing. What is that? Naturally, you smirk and say, it's Card Show Musk, the world's first cologne that captures the authentic aroma of a sports card show. Because if you've ever been to a card show, shoulder to shoulder with musky men, musky binders, and that one guy who smells like he's been grading cards in a sauna, then you already know this scent is irresistible. What's inside Card Show Musk? Raw card aroma, notes of cardboard, nostalgia, and a hint of, I swear this is a short print. Vendor table musk, a rich blend of sweat, excitement, and 3 decades of unwashed jersey cards. Slab plastic undertones, that crisp, PSA scent that says, I overpaid, but I'm proud. Dollar box essence, earthy, chaotic, and slightly sticky for reasons no one can explain. The Big Randy signature note, a mysterious must from the man who hasn't left his booth since 2014. Here's why your partner will love it. Because nothing ignites passion like the scent of 50 grown men trading Prism Silvers in a poorly ventilated convention center. Card Show Musk bottles that magic. It's romance. It's nostalgia. It's questionable hygiene. So if you're ready to smell like the hobby itself, bold, sweaty, slightly confused, pick up Card Show Musk today. It's the only cologne that says, I collect cardboard and I smell like it. That'll conclude today's show, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And like I said, if you have any PSA stories from submissions that you personally made yourself from back in the day, let me know some of those. I'd love to hear some of those. We can share our pain together. I'll catch you on the next one, guys.